بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون.
Aqidah, as you and I know, is one of the most important principles of foundations in Islam, because Aqidah is the main blueprint, the main foundation upon which a Muslim will build his or her Islam. Aqidah is
talk about Aqidah being based on the Quran and the Sunnah.
Yes.
Can you give us some discussion on the dhikr and the proper number of dhikr?
Yes.
I've heard different variations where you can dhikr 11 times or 33 times, which is, what?
Yes. The word dhikr is asking about the dhikr, the proper dhikr. And as you know, the Sufis, in their way of, they say we love Allah and we want to really remember Allah and remember Him a lot. We say no problem with that, do it. But the problem is, how you make dhikr? Is dhikr ibadah? Answer me. Is dhikr ibadah?
Yes.
Yes. Dhikr is ibadah. It should fall within the 6 point I mentioned. Number. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in very, very famous hadith, and many of them, said after salah, you make dhikr. Subhanallah 33 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar 33 times. You end with La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah wa la sharika lahu, lahu mulk wa lahu hamd wa ala kulli shay'in qadir. This is the basic dhikr we do after salat, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. If you want to do any dhikr beside that, whether in your car, or in your office, or walking on the street, or just sleeping, or getting up, you can do it any number you want. 10, 100, 50, any number. You should not limit yourself to a particular number. And that is the difference we have with some Sufis. Okay? The Sufi, we say you do lazim. By the way, I used to be one of them anyway, when I was young. And when I was young, me and my father, I think I was a little bit rebellious. When I look at my kid, I look at it and say, okay, that's what you used to do. Really rebellious. I used to be in Sufi order, and we went into Tijaniya, and from that to Tarbiyah, and I would reach Usul and all that. I did all that before I went to Saudi Arabia, even when I was young. They will give you lazim. Lawazim is what you do after Asr. A certain number of Jawharat al-Kamal, Salat al-Fatih, and so on, and some dhikrs. All these numbers and amount you do them, and at time you do them, that is what is bid'ah. That's what? That's what is bid'ah. That's what is innovation. If you want to do dhikr, you can do as much as you want. Nobody should limit you. Huh? And the Quran describes the believers who remember Allah sleeping on their side, standing, walking, anytime. You can be sitting in your car and make a dhikr. You can sit in your office, take a break and make a dhikr. But you don't have to really carry long dhikr beads and make, no, you don't have to do all that. You can make dhikr with your fingers, as Rasul told the believers to make the dhikr with their fingers. So you can make it so far as you don't capture this in particular number. And also, you don't have a certain belief with it as to how. Tijaniya says, if you want to make dhikr after salat, you make it in a circle. And before you make dhikr, you bring a white cloth and put it in the middle. That's the first time you hear that? No. You put a white cloth, and the belief is when you reach a certain number of Jawharat al-Kamal, Prophet will come there, and Ahmed Tijani will come there. That's why you put a white. They want to come and sit there and bless the gathering. The question is, if you have more than one place in the city, what is he going to do? Come to all the places? He's not Allah. not the angel. Okay, it's like we're laughing. It killed a lot of people. It what? Killed a lot of people. Honest to God. My friend that we grew up together, Ibrahim, his father was Muqaddim. You know what Muqaddim is? Huh? Muqaddim in Sufi order, or even in any Sufi order, is the one who will give you the dhikr. It's your Sheikh. He's Muqaddim and you are Murid. The one who gives and you are seeker. Now you're not seeking from Allah now. You're seeking from Muqaddim. That's a Murid. Muqaddim and Murid. We are Muridi. And anybody who rejects the order is called Munkar. Munkar or rejecter. It's really terrible. This brother now has lost his mind. Just went blank. He was doing dhikr so much, he spent night doing dhikr. He take drugs or pills to keep awake and make dhikr until he lost his mind. Not to that extent. Allah didn't tell you to do that. See, Islam as it is hard enough for you to add something into it. You follow me? You don't have to add anything into it. And it's hard enough.
I want to ask a question about a couple of issues. You have an interview with another sister, and you have asked.
Excuse me, sis. Can you answer from the mic so we can have it on the tape?
I want to ask a question about the sisters when they have a confrontation with each other.
Yes.
And they ask forgiveness to each other.
Yes.
The sisters go individually to Allah and ask forgiveness. Can they do that in with a prayer of the power of night, that they forgiveness would be greater than after a salat?
Okay. She's asking a sister or brothers, or say believers.
Yes.
You mean if they have an argument among themselves?
Yes.
Okay. If that's happened, of course they can do it any time, not even in salat. One thing about the argument is actually from Shaitan. Shaitan always looking to divide. Okay, and he find any reason to divide men among brothers and sisters or families. You know, Shaitan, the biggest thing to him is to divide people. If that really do happen, and you all realize what you were doing was wrong, it's good to come back, to forgive each other. Say, sister, I'm really sorry. Nothing wrong for you to apologize. Sister, I think I was a little bit hyper. I think I was a little bit out of sync. I was doing something which is wrong. Forgive me for what I did. And if you do that, that's it. If you return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can do that also and seek forgiveness from Allah, which should be all the time. So from it has to be doing witr or after salat or before salat. You know, dhikr or forgiveness, maghfirah, is a desire for a Muslim all the time. And you don't have to wait at a particular time because your life is not in your hand. You don't know what's going to happen when you leave this room here now, you leave the masjid. You don't know. So the sooner you do it, the better. And no two Muslims should stay for more than 3 days not speaking to each other. And in 3 days, more than 3 days. I don't want to speak to her, she's too much. I don't want to speak to him, he's too much. You don't want to do that more than 3 days. That becomes a sin that you do it, to do that. Whether it's you and your wife, or you and your husband, you and your kid, you don't want to do that. If something happens, try to clean it, forget it, and go on by your life and come back the way you are. You don't want to carry the grudge on and sadness or whatever, or hate on and so on, and keep it and trying to find something to keep it on. You don't want to do that. More than 3 days, 3 days is way too much. You shouldn't do that. Yes, my brother.
We had this, well, you and I discussed it.
Okay.
I would like for you to share something with the Jamaat.
Yes.
Some of the questions that have come up in the community about someone taking you to the heart of Allah.
Yes.
Space travel.
Yes.
To the moon by your particular sheikh. could you elaborate briefly on how these things come about, these understandings or misunderstandings?
Yes. You know, this is a very, very interesting question. I think I mentioned that when I was young, I was a Sufi order, we call Batiniya. But in Ghana, they used to call it Tarbiya. In Tarbiya, you reach Usul. Usul means reaching. And it's very, very sad that if you take all the Sufi orders, they all have one thing in common, or the same thing in common. Number one, the Sheikh have seen the Prophet, sit with him, eat with him. He even ties a imam for him. Prophet knows his servant. They have gone somewhere with the Prophet. All of them will tell you they see the Prophet or they do something and so on and so forth. More or less, or more than less, all this is really is a makeup. It's a lie, actually. Some people call them Dajjalin. Dajjal means from Dajjal. You know Dajjal? Dajjal. That's what it is. It's a sort of liars. They lie. These people, they are calm artists in a spiritual sense. They know the weakness in man, how we love to go near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they will tell you, if you want to go near, if you want to go this space traveling, you come to me. I'm the Sheikh, I'm close, I can tell where Allah is, and I can help you get all what you have. And you and I know that's what? That's shirk. If it sounds like shirk, if it look like shirk, it is shirk. Am I right?
Right.
It sounds like shirk, look like shirk, appear like shirk, it is shirk. No question about it. That's all what it is, unfortunate. And there's no way you can tell. In Surah Al-Baqarah, there's one verse there which really intrigues me. Allah said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. If my servant, speaking to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if my servant asks you about me, tell them I am near. Allah didn't say, Muhammad, tell them. No. Allah didn't say, Muhammad, tell them I'm near. No, he said, I am near. He said, somebody asking about the Imam, and Imam just opened the door and said, here I am. That's the way that the best look like. Allah didn't tell Muhammad, okay, tell them I'm near, I'm this. No, I said, I have to take care of this myself. One thing which makes Islam set apart from other religions is that the only thing we look for is Allah. Even the Prophet is only accidental. If not because we need a Prophet to know about Allah, our Prophet won't be mentioned. So the only thing a Muslim is heading is Allah himself. You don't need another Sheikh to take you to Allah and so on and so forth. No. If that is possible, when the Prophet was going to Isra wal Mi'raj, he would have taken a lot of Prophet with companions with him. Am I right? When he was going to Isra wal Mi'raj, he would have taken Abu Bakr with him, Umar with him, his wife Khadija with him. I think Ali would have gone on that trip. And Bilal ibn Rabah would have gone too. Because these are the crux of the companions. So if Allah didn't go to Muhammad, to Abu Bakr, to Umar, to Uthman, to Malik, to Abu Hanifa, all these giants in Islam, and now after 50 years, 1,000 years, somebody just pop up somewhere in Ghana and say he was with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They sit down. Have you ever seen him? The dream is what? What's a dream? If I say I dream I saw Imam Abdul Karim, never met him, never seen him, what kind of dream is that? You follow me? If I say I dream I saw brother Imam Khairi, and I never seen him, I never meet him, how do you think that's him? What makes you sure that you really dream about him? You are not there. You didn't see Muhammad. You say you dream you saw Muhammad. Maybe you saw Shaitan. And that's very, very possible. They say, well, the Prophet said nobody can imitate him. Yes, if you know Muhammad. If Abu Bakr tells me I saw Prophet in the dream, I say, no question about it. He sit with him, he drink with him, they go certain places. You know how he looks like, you know everything about him, so he can see him in a dream. You never seen him, never smell him, never anything to do with him. You never read in the book about him, and all of a sudden now you have seen him in the dream. That's a very, very questionable. And provide, or suppose you saw him in the dream, and what? Suppose you saw Prophet in the dream, and so what? Does that mean that Allah is going to reveal the Quran again? Does that mean Prophet is coming now to make another Bukhari a Muslim book? Does that mean Prophet is going to change halal and haram laws? That means he's going to change the salat? Is he going to change the dhikr? If you say yes, that means you tell me Allah was lying to us, the Quran was incomplete. And I know you're not saying that. Are you saying that? Is that the point you're trying to make?
Yes.
That you saw Prophet in a dream and he gave you something which means the Quran was incomplete. Prophet died prematurely before he finished his mission. See, you start to put doubt in the Prophet, doubt in Allah, doubt in the religion when you start opening all these cans. Don't open the cans now. You saw a dream, doesn't mean anything. All people say, we saw a dream and he gave me dhikr. Ahmad Tijani said that he saw a dream and the Prophet gave him the dhikr. For those who think you can think this makes sense, he gave dhikr. Why didn't he give it to Abu Bakr, and Umar, and Uthman, and Ali, and Aisha, his wife, and Khadija, his wife, and his kids? He has to wait to come to Morocco after 1400 years to find somebody in one village and go give him dhikr. You got to ask these questions. Don't just let anybody just come and calm you out of your money. And worse than that, calm you out of your deed. Because the Sufi order, they have one thing in common. They want to turn you into their slave. You know, I still remember this very vividly. There was a Sheikh from Senegal. His name is Sheikh Ibrahim al-Qawlakhi. He was the biggest Sheikh in West Africa. And he was actually, we had to find out, he was a voodoo Sheikh. He was what? Voodoo Sheikh, with capital V. And whom is he doing it to? He's doing it to the head of states of Africa. He go around to head of states and tell them, I'm going to make sure your power remains forever. Believe me, that's what they used to do. He went to Nkrumah, told them, Nkrumah, don't worry. You won't leave the power unless you die here in Ghana. And that didn't happen. He went to Sekaturi. He went to Modibo Keita of Mali. That's what the guy was going around doing. And at the main time, he's doing this Sufi thing, getting all the scholars from Ghana who come to him and give him gifts, good clothes, good food. To the point, you know, one day, because I was one of the elites, because if you rebel against your parents and people know in the neighborhood, you are really good, you're special. So we were allowed to go to see Sheikh Ibrahim al-Qawla in his house. And he was in State House. He was laying on a big couch. Believe me, when the man spit, you know spitting? People collected. What? For barakah. Yes, you hear me, my brother. When he shave his hair, people pick it up for barakah. That's gross. When he eats the leftover, the sheikhs will fight over it. When he makes wudu, they'll pour in water a little bit for him to make wudu. And the water doesn't lay on the floor, they pick it up. Honest to God, that is the anatomy of relationship between the sheikh and the murid. Which is, And then besides, people go there, they have to give money to this guy. There was one very rich guy in Ghana, his name Alaji Noga. When the Sheikh comes, the best clothes, the best tailors will make the best robes for him, just gifts. His children, his wives, his daughters, everything to his family. Is that what Allah wants a Muslim to be? Is that a religion?
No.
So be very, very careful, and you are not missing anything. You don't have to have a sheikh. The only sheikh you can have is the one who's going to tell you, Allah said this, the Prophet said that. If at the time he starts adding his own thing into the path, you know the man is a liar. That's the time you should put distance between you and him. Salaam alaikum. That's it. Yeah. See you later. That's it. Because you don't want to play with your religion, man. That's what is on the line here. He may take your money, that's easy. But if he succeeds, and drop an Aqidah seed, shirk seeds in your religion, you can tell Allah, he made me do it. You know what Shaitan said? I just suggested. I didn't have power over him. He came. And that's what you really be careful about. That's very important. So when somebody tells you go into space, you ask him, which craft did he went with? The Prophet went in Israel with Miraj. Okay? And Allah said, people, when he came back to Medina, to Mecca, the Meccans say Muhammad was lying all his life. And this is the end of his life. They say it's impossible for a human being to live in Mecca in Isra, which is a night journey, to Jerusalem, which takes 2 months trip, back and forth. And then, worse than that, from there he went to heaven, all the way heaven. How? But there is one thing in the whole story. Hadith and the Seerah say Prophet went on an animal called Burak. They used to explain the animal is a small, it's like a mule, very strong. And when we were kids, they have little pictures of that animal and so on. But you know the meaning of the word Burak in Arabic? From Barq. Barq means what? Light. What is the fastest object? Light. Burak. So Allah already have everything the way He tied up. Even in this modern time, you can prove Muhammad didn't went to heaven. He didn't travel on the craft. He traveled on the speed of light. Burak. Special for him. That's why when he came to Mecca, the next morning when he told the world and told Abu Bakr, the Meccans said, that's it. Muhammad is a liar. We know he's a liar. They called Abu Bakr and said, you hear what your friend said? He said, what did he say? He said, he told us he went to heaven last night. He said, I believe him. They said, okay, bring Muhammad here. We're going to ask him a question about Jerusalem. At least we know that far. We have been there. We travel there. We do our trade there. We know all the streets. We know all the alleys. What runs north, east, and south, and everything. We know where the buildings are. Bring Muhammad. Let me ask him a question. And Prophet Muhammad went there at night. He didn't get the chance to see the city. However, Allah told him, don't worry. You go there. According to the Seerah, Allah brought the whole city. Like a TV camera or video. And sat in front of him. They asked him, which street is this? He says, this. What about this? Is that? He answered all the questions. He said, you guys finished? Any more questions? Do you believe now? Whoever Allah will to believe will believe. So if you take the whole story about his Isra from Mecca to Medina to heaven, it makes sense. Because he traveled on the back of light. Barq, Buraq. And now you're telling me one sheikh here went to all the way into heavens and everything. There's a lot of lies. And there's a lot of Dajjali. You know, Muslims in Bukhari and Muslims are looking for Dajjal to come. You know, before Dajjal himself come here, there are people who are going to pave the way for him. These are Dajjali liars who keep adding things and tell you this is this is that. And Muslims will be very, very aware and be careful about that. Any more questions, my brothers, on this before we continue? Feel free now. Yes, ma'am.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
There's a book that has the 99 attributes of Allah in it.
Yes.
And it says that, for instance, if you say one particular attribute so many times,
Yes.
this or that will happen.
Yes.
Is that considered bid'ah?
Well, it is considered lie. The sister's asking, I think I know the book. It's kind of black book.
It's a white book.
It's what?
And it just gives all the 99 attributes and
Yes.
it tells you to say
Yes.
each one so many times for
That's right.
various things.
That's right. Say Ya Allah if you need this, Ya Rahim if you need that. The point is this. The information the man or the author said in that book is khabar. He wanted to know one thing too in Islam. Khabar means information. Information can be right, it can be wrong. It can be true, it can be false. You follow me? Nothing wrong with the attributes of Allah. If a Muslim is in need of, say, job, nothing wrong for you to go to Allah's attribute, Ar-Razzaq. Okay? And say, Ya Razzaq, Arzuqni. Or provide for me. Nothing wrong for you to do that. Or whatever you're looking for. But to say that if you do it a certain number 70 times, or 100 times, or whatever amount, this is going to happen, that's the information which is not true. Because the only who will know about that is Allah or the Prophet, and he did not tell us that. So where do you get it from? That's your own things you make it. So the man is mixing the attributes of Allah, which Allah wants us to call him by. فَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. Allah has 99 names, beautiful names. Call him by that, by these names. Allah didn't say if you call him by this name, a certain number, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. Allah didn't say that. No, the Prophet never said that. So where do you get this information from? So this is what you should see the difference between the point. That's what I'm saying. The man was not saying the truth in the information he was giving in terms of how many times you should make and what you're going to get when you do a certain thing. Because what's going to happen to somebody who picked the book is this. I need this, and the book says I should make it 70 times after morning prayer, or at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to get this. So you go out and get your book, get your right number, and the right time, and after you feel nothing happens. Nothing happened. What the guy promised you didn't materialize. You didn't find it. You're going to put doubt in Allah? Are you following me? He doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks he's helping Allah. You're not helping no Allah. You're trying to help Allah's cause. You tell somebody to read 70 times, a certain time, he did that, everything complete. And the result wasn't there. So that's one thing to be careful. After all the dua, when you ask Allah something, Allah answers it in His own time. You cannot haste Allah and say, Allah, accept it now. He accepts it in His own time. When He knows what you're asking Him is proper and is good for you. He may answer your call now and you go kill yourself. You go mess up yourself. Allah, I need money, Allah, I'm poor, Allah, I'm this, give me money, Allah gave you the money. And then you go and screw yourself up. It happened to a companion in Medina. He was very, very poor, had a hardship in his family. He came to Rasulullah, I need money. My situation is bad. The Prophet told him, don't worry. think you really need money. He said, I will do. When I get the money, I'm going to give zakat, I'm going to help the needy, take care of my family, do all the good things. Prophet said, are you really sure about that? He said, yes, I am. Rasulullah raised his hands to Sama and prayed to Allah. Voila. Allah accepted for that. The man started raising few cows. All of a sudden, too many cows. He had no room for it. He had to leave all of Medina and go and find him a nice ranch somewhere far away. Cows, gold, everything he touches turns into money, turns into gold. Another prophet asked him to pay zakat. Zakat. Trying to take the worst part. You know what I mean? The sick animals for zakat. What's wrong with this guy? We know he has arranged food the whole valley. Where's zakat? The man is giving zakat grudgingly. You guys time, man. All the time zakat, all the time zakat. Prophet said, I told you. See? You got the money. But what did you do with your money? So that's very, very important. That when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask him that whatever he gives you is good for you in your religion. Sometimes it's better for you to just remain where you are. Just remain right where you are. No problems. You get a little money, little thing, start changing your attitude, take a nasty attitude towards Allah, towards everything about religion, careless about Allah and so on. You don't want to do that. And that's very important in asking Allah. Well, any more questions? My brothers and sisters, let me go now into these few verses I want to read in. Because we don't want to have ibadah whereby there is a company in ibadah, and it's shirk, as we all know. So when you want to do your ibadah, you want to make sure that ibadah is done only to whom? To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to anybody else. Because shirk, of all the sins a person can do, this is the sin that stretches Allah's rahmah. Are you following me? That's powerful. Shirk is the only thing which stretches Allah's rahmah to the limit. Otherwise, Allah's rahmah has no limit. A man will kill, rape, do everything. If he comes and say, Allah, I make tawbah now, Allah will accept him, or Allah will accept her. A man will lie.